If I just don't say anything, you guys don't know when it happens.
Oh, that's just ruining the fun.
Well, welcome to As It Is Below, a Brindlewood Bay actual play campaign from Looking for Mom ttrpg. A special shout out to Playing Pretend. Thank goodness we still have that. Tonight we are returning to Cheddar and Jive to find out what happened to the lead singer of Permanent Damage, Roderick Remedo. But before we get there, just a reminder of some things that are happening on the channel. We have lots of campaigns going on here on Looking for Mom. So whether it's Brindlewood Bay or Mothership, or maybe some upcoming board games, feel free to hit that subscribe button and follow along on all the things that we're doing while we're out adventuring. And tonight we are playing a mystery written by me to make a Muenster. You can find it as well as the rest of the things that I've written up on my itch.io page, which is down below. And I have to shout out, I guess, me again, because the layout of this is very Kraft mac and cheese, like neon yellow noodle. So if you like being blinded by your documents, I have just the thing for you. Last session, we had an opening scene in the void where George and the dodo had a pretty haunting conversation about what it means to return home, as well as just a little bit of a sprinkling of Dalrymple at the end. And then we caught back up with our mavens, who meddled their way to the trailer for Permanent Damage, and then we all took permanent mental damage watching the group of bandmates and the book club mavens duke it out verbally, all with Mike Taylor in tow. After nearly causing a fan stampede and being thrown out, maybe, of that trailer, they holed up in a cheese artisan tent where they were met with spoiled memories of the past carved in fromage-laden fears. They ran into Taya's old flame, learned a bit more about the ninth step, and the sheriff called with some hauntingly grisly news. We left our mavens in standing room only, near the stage where Damien Casseri, yet another member of the Permanent Damage band, and bandmate to the already killed Roderick Remedo, has just been stabbed by a masked assailant with a cheese knife square in the chest. This assailant has already fled the scene, but our mavens have just arrived in the panic and screaming of fans who had just simply popped by to watch the band warm up and melt into music. Now we're gonna paint the scene here for us mavens. The main stage, I think I shared this last time, but it is a large cheese wheel theme build with a pyrotechnic setups in the back. Entertainment acts would be cycling through every hour if someone hadn't just been sliced and diced up here. And fans for Permanent Damage have been camped out for front row seats since before the festival truly opened. There are crew signatures all over this thing showing the years of dedication to this festival. So I need all of you to tell me, what famous name do you see nestled within the nondescript here? Who's performed on the Cheddar and Jive stage before?
It's gotta be a cheese name.
Doesn't have to be, but it can.
No, it's gotta be a cheese
Gotta
name.
be.
Who's a cheesy person? You're not a cheesy person.
You can canonize any artist right now into our canon by saying they've played at this festival.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Chapel Provolone. I'm sorry. My
The Midwest
gas.
princess herself, Chapel
Yes.
Provolone, absolutely.
And at the other end of the spectrum, Jojo Cheesewa.
All right, it's been all gay headliners so far. Jojo Cheesewa a couple years ago, Chapel Provolone just 2 years ago, the last time we've been through, right before her meteor rise to the top of the charts. Who else has been on the Cheddar and Jive stage?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm
I have
struggling.
one for you.
I mean, I'll take suggestions because I'm struggling with puns today. I'm ashamed of myself.
Taylor Swift.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Nobody knows where they got the money for her to come, but
Yep.
They found it in a getaway car.
Yes.
Sponsor us, Taylor Swift. I'm
Please
going to
don't
throw
us.
my own real life Taylor Swift lore into here real quick. I think Taylor Swift played Cheddar and Jive right like in the 15, 16-year-old debut is about to come out, but not quite. So we're touring all these small local festivals. For me, that was when I was in the 6th grade and she came through my hometown.
Wow.
So yes, a baby Taylor Swift performed here for her debut album called Day Blue.
Stop. Yes. Perfect.
Wow. Jojo Cheesewa, Chapel Provolone, and Taylor
I
Swift.
fully gasped.
I know.
And you should. That was fantastic.
Iconic.
Wow. And to think now there's just a man dying up on stage. We cut to the three of you hustling your way in. You have just ran over from the vendor area, cheese in tow that you have purchased. Making your way. There are generally just like some screams, there's some panic, you hear some fans sobbing. I think you pass a number of people. Obviously, like getting up on stage about the same time as you all is Miss Brianna Cracker, who has been helping sort of with the sound check and MC and had announced that they're doing their sound check just before. I do think a number of people that you've seen before, perhaps spread around this area or in the crowd. Obviously, like the Manchegos, Daisy Manchego, who is a known fan of the band, her father, Craig. You just left Brooke Stilton, so I don't think you see her here. But I think there are more people. Whether or not they've been here the whole time, of course, will be up to you and your theorize. But those, I think, are some good bets as you run up. I think we'll toss it to Marina first because you have some experience with medical things.
Yeah, I think, Marina would just want to go and, just check and, just give him a, good once-over.
Yeah, he's at risk of bleeding out on the stage. He has been stabbed in his chest, and there's still, the cheese knife handle sticking out.
Okay. From watching a lot of TV, I think I know that you can't take it out, so I think, or that you shouldn't take it out. So I think she's gonna just make sure that that's kind of neutralized and try to press and do stuff that she would know to do.
Okay. This is gonna be the night move with reason as you hop up on stage here and try to. I don't think you have any issue getting to Damien in this moment. His band members are kind of in shock. Miss Brianna Cracker is on the mic. Is anyone a doctor? You're getting up on stage here.
Mm-hmm.
So before you roll this, what could go wrong here with Damien Kasseri?
I think maybe it's he's kind of just done for in the time. Even if she does her absolute best, maybe he's still too far gone, and calling for help won't get there on time.
Yeah. Well, I want to open this one up to the group. How could it be worse?
Yes.
Apparently, all I can think of is like slapstick comedy today because I was like, oh no, if you like tripped and like fell on the knife and you got stabbed, but that seems very Three Stooges of me.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. I mean, I think it could look that like maybe you're hopping on stage to ensure
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe it'll look like that, and then on accident, like doing something, maybe being in a rush or being like jittery, maybe put the knife in deeper or tug it out a little bit.
Everyone's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Another show with Marina on stage.
Yeah.
Just a check for the party. Yeah, I think that if you do not do well here, not only will Damien die, but I think there'll be pretty plausible credibility to everyone watching that you're the one who finished him off.
Okay. Okay. I'm rolling with new dice. This is kind of like iridescent in the sun. But okay.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Okay. 6 and a 2. That is 8 with what?
Well,
Reason.
hold on. You get advantage too, right? Because you're using your medical
yes.
bag.
You didn't say you were using it, but I would allow it if you can tell me right now how your medical bag is helping you.
There's gauze in there,
And what are you doing with it?
soaking up the blood.
Okay.
Can
putting
the
it
crowd
around
fund
the
the
knife.
answer?
Wound packing. It's gross.
Yeah.
All right, roll one more d6, and whoever.
Ooh, it's another 6.
Okay, so we'll keep the 2 6s then.
Yeah.
All right, 2 6s, a full success on here. Do you have what's your reason modifier again?
0.
Okay, so just a full success. Got it. Yeah. You tell me what happens.
Yeah, I think she just like bolts up there and maybe just like really focused and just gets her medical bag and like packs all of the gauze around the wound. Maybe it's like still emitting blood, but she'll just like try to soak it all up and just kind of neutralize the area and yell at somebody to call an ambulance and all of this. She's like, her hands are kind of shaking, but she has to like steady them in order to do this well.
Mm-hmm. You need to do it well. And I think you get these little bits of memories of the past few times you've done this, whether it was Carolyn or Taya on the night that Isaac died. There's not room for error, and so you don't allow there to be. And soon enough, doesn't matter if someone calls 911, they were already on their way. And Rhett is running up on stage. He does like the full, like just put one hand and slides his whole body on top of the stage, and then comes over and relieves you, so that him and Chet can work on getting Damien to the hospital and in working on that. So I think you're dispatched out of this area just as quickly as you got in, where they're like, all right, we got it now, and sort of thank you again. All right, Chet. And they're like they're getting the gurney out, they're working on getting him loaded up. Yet another evening where all of you watch someone leave injured.
I think at this point Marina's just like on stage looking at them take him with like her like blood to her elbows, just kind of like this shaking again because now it's over. Now she can kind of like
and the crowd starts clapping for you because they're all fans, obviously, of permanent damage. A bunch of preteen to middle-aged women and non-binary folk and the occasional man who just likes the vibe are there giving you an ovation. But Marina, that is maybe perhaps a little too similar
Yeah.
to the last time you got an ovation in your nightmare. So I'm gonna let you. Well, actually, before I say those words out loud, we're gonna do a roll for this. I'm gonna check in on my other two before we do it.
Okay.
But let me see here. Yeah, I think we'll roll this regular. It'll be a night move with composure. But before you tell me what could go wrong here, is you're met with a standing ovation for something entirely different.
Mhm.
Taya and Violet, Marina gets to work up there, and you don't want too many cooks in the pot when it comes to life-saving procedures. So, what did the two of you do during this?
I think who would be in this moment the nearest person that's like somebody we know who Violet would be like, you might have seen what happened.
Oh, well, Miss Brianna Cracker is fairly nearby. I
Okay.
do think, let's see, 1 second. We'll cut this out. Who else?
I was gonna say I can chat with Miss Brianna Cracker. I
I
just
mean,
was, yeah.
she's here. I almost said JJ. No, she's dead.
Oh no,
Pepperoni. I'm like going through photos.
How dare you,
Sydney.
Sydney?
Rip,
Wow.
literally. Rip, literally.
Wow, pain.
Yeah.
I think Amelia is here. Amelia and Miss
Okay.
Brianna Cracker.
Oh.
Did you say the Manchegos were there or no?
Yeah, they're probably somewhere in this crowd. You know that Daisy was a big fan, so you can extrapolate they're probably around here somewhere.
Yeah, because I was thinking of trying to find Daisy and Craig
Okay.
if they're
Let's
there.
follow Violet first. Violet, are you speaking to Amelia
I think
or
she's
to Miss Brianna Cracker?
I think seeing Amelia, I think she's gonna hesitate and kind of like, okay, and then maybe go talk to Amelia, see if she saw anything.
Yeah, Amelia is head down in Newt Fancy when you approach.
Oh, is that the latest edition?
Oh, hi.
Sorry.
Uh, oh, um, well, the newest one is still en route in the mail, so this is the last one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm waiting on the new one too. I subscribed because of you. For your
Good.
help for Newts.
Well, yeah, and Newt related publications and research.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So you have you been here for a little bit? Because did you see anything that happened just up there?
It sort of looks towards the cheese race hill. Like, no, I mean, I don't know who shot the gun that they announced.
No. The guy who just got stabbed on the stage?
She tries to stand up as tall as she can to see over other people. Oh. I'm gonna have you roll the meddling move
Okay. All right.
to see if she noticed anything.
Now that you say that, I'm like, that tracks. I should have thought about that. I'm assuming with presence.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Oh god, let me panic about math for a minute. 11.
An 11. No, I didn't see who did that. That's disconcerting. She sort of tucks Newt Fancy under her arm, and looks over at the stage where Rhett and Chet. I think like this is about the time when they're arriving. No, I thought people were screaming just because that's what they do, like when they come to concerts. But I see now that I was really mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's a different kind of screaming for sure. Were you a fan of Permanent Damage?
Who?
What brought you here today, Amelia?
Well, I came with Petra because we're both volunteering. Petra invited me. So
Oh.
I was picking up rocks, making sure there weren't any newts on the hill.
Oh, that's really good. I'm sure the newts appreciated that. Did you find very many?
No.
Good.
But you like weird things. So
Yeah.
Come here.
Okay. She like leans in. Would you find?
No, with me.
Oh, okay.
She immediately like about faces and walks in a completely different direction.
Violet like looks over her shoulder a little bit and is like, "I'll be right back. It'll be fine," and then follows.
Yeah, she leads you back towards Cheese Race Hill, and she goes, when I was moving rocks out of the way to make sure that when people tripped, it was just because it was the ground and not because of rocks or anything. I found this, and first she goes over to this bush and she puts her hands fully in, no fear. She goes, first I was like, that foliage looks a little odd to be natural to our climate and whatnot. And then she brings her hands up. And it is like different greens and yellows and blues. A cheese themed ghillie suit.
A cheese themed ghillie suit?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm making sure somebody's not eating something they shouldn't be. They just sound suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird. This was here earlier?
Yeah, it was here before the race, and I was gonna tell the lady about it, but then she shot the gun, but then I guess a different gun went off, and then you guys all walked away, so I just left it.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty terrifying. So I get it. But yeah, this is thanks for showing me. I mean this is really odd.
Where would you even buy one of those?
It's gotta be like
And why would you wear it? Because you would stick out like a sore thumb. Here, I mean, newts would see you a mile away. Maybe 2.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, Amelia. I have a really important question.
Yes.
Do you think that newts like cheese?
It's less of a matter of like and whether or not they have the proper enzymes to be able to eat it without disastrous effects to both themselves and their local ecology.
That's interesting. Is about now when Marina is like they're like cheering for Marina and she's on stage.
Yeah. Okay. So for you, like you can still see all of that, but obviously you're further away. Yeah. You're not near a crowd.
Yeah. I think like it's close enough that she could make out like Marina's up there, right? With like bloody hands. Okay, I think she's gonna Amelia, I thank you. I'm gonna go help Marina, but I'll be careful, okay? Can you just find Petra and be safe?
I try not to be unsafe, but I can go find Petra.
Okay. If you're not sure where Petra is, you can just come with me for a minute. And Violet is like rifling around in her backpack, and after a minute pulls out like a pack of like wet wipes and is like starting to walk towards
Wait, what do we
Marina,
do about the suit?
Here, just grab it, bring it with you. We'll give it to the sheriff later.
We cut to like you arriving back, but behind you is Amelia wearing the cheese ghillie suit that she has put all of it on while you are walking. Because I just don't understand why anyone would spend their hard-earned money on this when they could just subscribe to Newt Fancy.
I think as she says that, as they get up to Marina, Violet turns around and fully jumps because she had been so focused on getting to Marina that she didn't know that Amelia was putting this on, and she's like, Oh my god, I didn't. Okay. One thing at a time. And she starts like pulling out wet wipes, and it's like, hey, it's okay. Here. And she like helps Marina off the stage, and is like, okay, and like starting to like clean up her arms, and like, hey, you okay?
This is to Marina.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
I think she, as she's being helped, she's kind of like looking at the crowd, cheering, and she's kind of like, that's okay, that's okay. Thanks.
We
God,
still need a roll from Marina, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. So before we do that, let's check in on Taya, and then we'll get you all back together. Taya, we rewind the clock before Amelia in the cheese-themed ghillie suit, and we find you searching for the Manchegos.
Yeah.
Could you roll me a d6? And the reason we're rolling this, before you roll it, a 1 or a 2 means you're only getting Craig, a 3 and a 4 means you're only getting Daisy, and a 5 and a 6 means you'll get them both.
Oh, okay. 2.
All right, just Craig, your favorite.
Craig. It's fine. He's not Colby, so all is well.
We flash back to not only you and Colby having a beef, but like you and Craig having a teeny beef when he threw his back out.
Yeah. Hey, Craig. Did you see anything? Like, are you guys okay? You and your daughter?
Takes his glasses off, puts them back on. Oh, hey. No, it's some masked freak ran up there and stabbed them.
Oh, do you know what that masked freak looked like?
No, they're wearing a mask.
Yeah, I meant like body type, man. Like, you know.
All wearing all black, able to run on a stage and jump off.
You didn't have your
I'm
glasses,
not.
right?
He motions and he looks back, and I think at this moment you kind of pick up on what he's putting down. He's not near the front. He goes, you might have better luck asking one of the fan parm, what do they call themselves? The shavings? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the cheese curls
Gross.
up front. But no, I mean, it just looked like a person. But I'm gonna have you roll a meddling move now as you talk to Craig to see if he saw anything else.
Okay.
With presence.
Oh gosh. Okay. 3.
That's why you pre-roll.
I know. I should have pre-rolled. It was just.
You know what I did see though?
What?
And he puts a hand on your shoulder.
Ah.
He's like, I gotta stop. You have to take it. And immediately you see other things as Craig passes whatever this is on to you instead of him. Let's find out together what it is.
Great.
Boop, 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 boop.
I should have pre-rolled. It's the ritual, and I didn't.
Gotta follow those dice rituals.
Okay. I'm doing it for the next ones.
Rolled mine at
Let's
like the
see.
beginning of the game. And,
That's so smart.
yeah. Although,
As Craig Manchego says, I gotta stop seeing, like, you have to take this from me. And with pleading, bloodshot eyes behind his glasses, he places a very firm hand on your shoulder. Instantly things shift for you, Taya. Very sour note comes into your nose like rotting sewage. And the edges of your vision fall away until you only see the stage. Void of any band gear, there's no pyrotechnics, there's no lighting rig, just a cheese wheel themed stage in the middle of a field with no one. And then one by one, these masked figures walk up until they fill the perimeter. 10, maybe 12 of them, all facing inward. And we sort of out of body zoom you into the middle, where you, Taya, are there, and your hands are manacled to the ground. All of these figures, one by one, actually, all of these figures in unison say, "You're so curious to know who we are."
I mean, yeah, what's going on?
Guess we can give you a little glimpse. And then, one by one, these people of varying builds and clothes, but all wearing the same white mask, take their masks off. And Taya, what you see is with each subsequent mask reveal, even until where you're straining to look and have to turn back the other way, every single time the face is the same. Different bodies, different ears and hair and tone of voice, the same eyes, the same eyebrows, the same curl of the nose and purse of the lips, the same facial demeanor and structure, as they all look at you, the same but different, wearing a face that you know.
Who?
The face looking back at you, the face speaking to you this entire time, and will give you a glimpse. As you strain and twist and blink and hope that it is different, is Grace's.
Oh gosh. No, this can't be real. That's not you. It can't be.
Oh, Taya. All of these different voices say, wearing Grace's face. We have a celebration to get to. And we're not gonna let you step in the way of what we have toiled so long to bring forth. So whether it's this one and then it shifts, it's Marina's face, or this one and then it shifts, and by these faces shift, Marina's for a moment, Grace's before that, goes to Violet. We have a celebration. It's pity that you're not going to be there to join us. Didn't work hard enough to get an invitation.
No. Taya's gonna like struggle against the chains, like tugging as hard as she can, like lunging at the nearest body that she can get to.
You're all out of your reach.
You're not gonna get to my friends. You're not gonna get to them. And whatever you did to Grace, or whatever you're doing to Marina or Violet, you guys aren't gonna get away with it.
Face shifts again. It's your father's. Oh, Taya. We already have gotten to them, that's the thing. Good cheese doesn't age overnight. Hmm? Well, this has been fun, but we have work to do. And you have distractions to play with. And one by one, each of them pull out these cubes and rinds and bits of rare varieties and cheese, and they shove them against their face, closed mouthed, until they crumble into a smeared, horrifying grin. And they put their masks back on and processional out, leaving you on the stage, shackled.
Gross. I'm gonna try not to throw up.
At this point, I think a night move with composure, but I do think I'm going to have you do it at a disadvantage,
Let me pre-roll my dice this time.
given what has happened as you come out of this experience.
Okay. These were not good rolls, guys. Okay. With composure?
Yes, but before you roll them, what could go wrong here as you come back to?
I'm thinking maybe Taya starts a fight with Craig because she'll like push him, like coming out of this, or she'll run from the stage, effectively running away from Marina and Violet, and like separating the group immensely.
All right, pals, how can it be worse?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, Taya just can't get out.
Yeah.
That's true.
Maybe.
That was it.
I was gonna say maybe she'll want to try to get an invitation.
Ooh.
That's very delicious. Like an obsession of, because we had that moment Taya was ready to do anything in this vision to get free, to make sure they can't get to her friends. But Taya did get an invitation to the party. Maybe getting an invitation is the way to do it.
Oh god.
So a night move with composure. If you can't keep your cool, it sounds like not only will you potentially injure Craig Manchego in fleeing this area, but you might develop a little bit of an obsession.
Okay.
Sounds fun. 2d6 plus your composure.
That is very fun. With disadvantage, right?
With disadvantage, 3d6, keep your lowest 2. Yep.
Okay. 9. Okay, not too bad. 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a 9, I still think you... I think on a 9, the success is not like running away or hurting Craig coming out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, because it's not a full success, I do think you would get some sort of condition related to obsession or desperation or the invitation. Unless you were willing to put on a crown about it.
Ooh. No, I like the idea of Taya like really digging in and wanting to get an invitation to whatever this is.
Sure. All right, well, take your condition however you want to quantify it.
Okay.
And as you come to, Craig's grip on your shoulder immediately softens. And as your vision swims back in Taya, he has a terrible nosebleed. And he can't stop giggling.
Hey, it's okay. Can I reach into my pocket, like my inner jacket pocket, and pull out like a hanky or something?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll like hand it to him.
Did you see it? Them.
Yeah, what?
Thanks.
What did you? I mean, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'm gonna be good. It's okay. What happened? Where'd you get that?
I sampled some supposedly illegal in the United States imported variety, and like every hour I'd sort of blink out of reality and experience being chained, and it's like the face of my daughter and my wife, and they keep telling me that things are gonna end, and is that what it was for you?
More or less. But where did you get this cheese?
I bought it from the rare rides area.
Can I have the rest of it?
Well, I don't have. I just bought a taste.
Do you remember what it was called? Anything? Craig,
It
come on.
It was. They didn't tell me what it was called. They said, "You want to try?" Wink, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to try." That was it.
Okay.
Maybe it was laced with like octane or something. I don't know.
That couldn't be octane. That was something else. But
You don't want this back, do you?
no, keep
Okay,
it.
I'm just making sure it wasn't like a family heirloom or anything.
I mean, kind of, but it's no longer valuable to me.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Well, I'm sorry. And if it keeps happening every hour, maybe just, I don't know, find someone you hate and give it to them.
Is that what?
It's not. No. It's just you were the first person that I saw, and I just got out of it, and he seems incredibly shaken.
I give him a hug.
He doesn't stiffen, but I don't think he relaxes. Like, obviously, you've had a couple of forays into the crazy. You seem to gather that Craig Manchego, this feels incredibly sincere, what he's experiencing. Like, this maybe is his first foray into horrific hallucinogenics. As he calms down a little bit. You can at least feel his breathing, but he's still clenched and tense, for sure. And he goes, I think I'm gonna find my daughter and we're gonna leave. We're gonna go.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Please.
And it's about this time you see Violet walking past, and then like a person in a cheese-colored ghillie suit also walking past, but you can tell it's Amelia because her hair's sticking out of it.
Amazing. I have to go chase that cheese monster. Also, and I pull out like the CD, the signed CD, and I hand it to him. Give this to your daughter. Sorry for everything, but also
sorry for everything too.
Why would you? Never mind. Okay. And then I like run off towards
Incredible.
Marina and Violet.
All right. And as Violet is wet napping, helping Marina, Taya, you run up. Marina, it is time for your roll. 2d6 plus your composure. What could go wrong here, my friend?
I think it could just all be too much. It could be too similar, too many parallels, and it could just be too much. And she could go like swimming back to that memory and just spiral.
Sure. And it wouldn't be a trio if I didn't then offer what could go wrong here to the group as well.
Group. Fuck me up. No.
God, my first thought was you could get to the party early.
Oh god.
Ooh.
That's pretty fun.
No, don't pick that one.
I had a thought that maybe because it's so similar, you get compelled to say the same things. And what is there if not an open mic not that far from you?
Oh, that's
rough. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
2d6 plus your composure.
Okay, 2d6 plus composure. I'm good composure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Samesies.
9. Okay. The success here, unless you put on a crown about it, I don't think you get compelled to share. But I do think you're still fucked up about it. So I think it's got to be some sort of condition around the deja vu of it, you know? I think for a moment, and you can of course put on a crown and retcon this, but I think as you're sort of cleaning yourself off, you get, you almost drop a wet nap and you go to grab it. And it's kind of like trying to pick up a card off of the stage. And then as you sort of stand back up for a moment, you think there are people with masks, but they're just like people taking their helmets off, who have come in, or their hats off, but it's that same sort of thing where there's just too many similarities all occurring. But you're not compelled to explain your deepest, darkest fears and secrets on the loud mic, so there's a success. What do you think, Marina? Is that putting on a crown about, or is that taking a condition?
I think I'm gonna take the condition.
Sure. What would you like to call it?
Ooh, and I'll crowdsource this one too. I'm thinking as well.
Group project time.
Okay.
It's like Marina's like shaken and out of it, right?
Yeah, and it's like
Stage fright?
stage
Like literal fright about the stage?
Yeah, stage fright.
stage fright.
I almost told.
Ooh.
Loose lips sink ships.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. Ooh. Vicky.
Incredible. In the backdrop of the three of you, I think Damien Kasseri is finally getting like loaded fully into the Brindlewood Bay County Ambulance, and Rhett and Chet are going to take him away. Mechanically, what that means for all of you is that if you would like to speak to Damien, you would need to go to the hospital to do so, which you can leave.
I had a thought. If I could try it on the way, well, like while he's on his way out, I was debating hold on. What?
Nice.
Get blunkting Damien. I was gonna say it's okay. It's bark time anyway, so I think that means that unfortunately Damien manages to sneak by on a gurney, probably unblunked.
Yeah, he's real sneaky, unconscious, laying there, getting IVs put in him by Rhett and Chet. You're muted.
Very sneaky, very rude.
Mm-hmm. Not demure at all by Damien Casseri being passed out and getting stabbed. Oh, well. Perhaps being in front of all of these raving fans for Marina right now maybe isn't the best place for your trio to be given current events. So let's move you and let's wait until Megan is back to decide where you guys want to go.
I think she has my sticky notes too.
I was just getting attacked. Oh yeah, I do have your sticky note.
That's where my mind's going.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
This plotting.
Taya's gonna run over to Marina after giving both Marina and like Violet a really tight hug, and then Taya's gonna go, Marina, do you still have that envelope? You know, the invitation?
Yeah, yeah, it's in my purse.
Okay. Can I see it?
Yeah,
Oh.
just be careful.
Hey, you guys, do you mind, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and Violet's gonna step away while you guys do this.
Ooh.
Sounds good. Now this envelope that you got, Taya, as you take it out of the bag, I need you to do a night move with sensitivity.
Also, as like for flavor, as she's taking it out of the bag, when she's reaching in her bag, it feels like ground like meat.
No.
It's like
Gross.
That you gotta call that for texture, not for flavor.
yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Ooh, flavor.
For scene texture,
Gross.
before you roll this, what could go wrong? Why do you have to see this? Tell us more.
What could go wrong? I think Taya will be back in that vision, which she doesn't really want to be a part of again or see the dodo, but she wants to do this to try to get where her friends are going to be going.
So you're kind of like trying to crash the party, right? Like you're trying to use one invitation to get your invitation.
Yeah.
But you have a condition about this thing.
Should I not do this?
I think it's going to be a disadvantage.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
3d6.
I'm doing this again.
Keep your lowest 2.
Okay. Gosh, I'm gonna have to take another crown. Okay. 3. It's okay.
3 total?
Yeah.
I thought you were just starting to count.
No.
3's not too bad.
One of the rare times I get to roll dice. Excuse me. Just 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves about what you think could happen here as I write some reality.
Guys, I told you I was gonna have to roll up a new character. Remember? I was like, Taya's gonna die.
No. You have crowns.
I do have crowns.
Ooh, maybe they really won't want her to come to the party.
Yeah.
And will be upset that she's trying to crash.
Yeah, that she's trying. Yeah, she's messing up the plan by trying to go early.
Yeah.
They'll call her a party pooper.
It's fine. It's fine. F me up, Sydney. F me up. This is a gift to you.
Yeah, that drawing was I would say it was foreshadowing, but I mean this has been the energy.
That is the energy.
She's going extra hard.
Mm.
I love it.
I love it, but I'm gonna scream about it and maybe cry a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
No, the scene with the faces shifting.
Hated it.
Okay, so the little voice I have to shout out. I've been listening to a lot of Slug Blaster, And in season 2, they go meet this guy called Mr. Wilkie, who's in charge of like the candy dimension.
Ooh.
And the way that GM made Mr. Wilkie sound was, I mean, it was just like this all the time.
Ew.
And called my little nibblings and sugar plums, and just like very stilted
Yeah.
and sickly sweet and odd.
Ugh.
And I was like, I gotta try it. I gotta do it.
And it's effective.
Yeah.
So
It's
shout out Lena from Quantum Kickflip for
it's on the
making my
creepy
tummy
level,
hurt.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Thanks,
just the name of the romance partner.
Oh my God.
Baron?
Baron.
Romance.
The Baroness.
Baron.
Baron from the Baronies. It's that
Mhm.
level of like, just like unsettling.
Yes.
Okay, I'm almost there.
Okay, my new character will be an old lady who loves
Baron from the Baronies.
Baron the
Baron
Baron.
from the Baronies. Back in the day, what could have been in love?
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm rolling so
Just
bad.
be the Baroness.
Yeah.
Baron the Baroness from the Baronies.
Yes.
Oh, crazy, Sid.
Okay. I mean, you can put on a crown to get out of part of this.
Oh?
Remember, you can put on a crown for anything except for like the end. So, like, you rolled a 3. If you want a 7 to 9, you could put on a crown. Though
I have to, because I couldn't take a condition. I would take
Yeah.
right?
You would probably take, if you wanted to fully avoid. No, I probably wouldn't let you stack. I would probably make something happen still, but let you avoid a condition out of it
Mhm.
by putting on a crown.
I think
So, like, either you take a crown because you're gonna take a condition, or you take a crown to avoid the condition. Either way, you're probably gonna have to put on a crown after this.
yeah.
Ooh.
I'll put on a crown, but I don't think it'll be related to the distress that's happening. Is that okay?
Yeah, well, let me tell you what happens, and then
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
see if your crown relates. You grab this envelope, and immediately it begins to stain your fingers, and you feel the sensation of a hot flash erupt from your core out to your toes and your fingertips and back and forth like this awful reverberation through your cells. As you do this, and Marina, you see this too because you're attuned. Violet's halfway to the bathroom at this point. And with every reverberation you feel, Taya, more of that inky blackness covers you until you are, for a moment, just completely void of, there's no color. It's just like shadow made corporeal. And then it all sucks out, and you feel this sensation, Taya, as if maybe you'd been put through a car wash on full blast. Like the dentist getting that water nozzle, but it is a fire hydrant, right? And both of you, through halfway shut eyes and of what's going on, see this shadow become corporeal next to you. And as it materializes, Taya, it becomes an near exact copy of you. The only difference is that, like shifting iridescent tattoos, this anti-Taya is covered in runes. I am going to inflict a condition called Maynard.
What?
So how this works Any maven with this condition can begin to narrate false memories. When a maven marks the crown of the queen, roll a 6-sided die and choose from the list below, and they narrate that instead.
Whoa, that's juicy.
As soon as this anti-Taya materializes, you hear that same sickly sort of and then it bolts with a pace as quick as you, leaving the two of you stunned. You have no time to react. It's probably even quicker than you as it runs off into the night.
So Marina can also see this?
Marina could see all of this as well.
Marina's
And Marina, we'll probably do a follow-up roll for you.
yeah.
But Taya, first, so you have 3 conditions. To take Maynard would be a crown.
Yeah.
Which you can put on a crown. What I'm probably going to ask you to do is actually just swap one of your conditions for Maynard.
Uh-huh.
So clearing one and then us putting Maynard in its spot. If that makes sense, because you've got yet another servitor on your tail.
Goodness.
So whichever one of these you would like to remove, though perhaps not whatever it takes, because that feels doubly important right now.
Yeah.
But perhaps undermined or burned, let's replace with Maynard.
Okay. I think undermined.
Sounds good. Maenad.
Like that?
Once you click out of there, yes. And if you would like to put on a crown of the queen, I can tell you what you gotta narrate of these false memories.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, roll me a d6.
4.
Narrate a flashback to a time where you danced with such frenzy you began to bleed.
I imagine a little Taya dancing in the living room with her dad, back when their relationship was a lot better. And then it's them dancing around as Taya's growing up, and then her dad changes to a different person, and a different person, her mom, Grace, Marina, and it keeps changing, and Taya is violently dancing with them to try to keep the pace up and try to just keep going,
Yeah. Sure, if you dance fast enough, quick enough, maybe one of them will stay. Yeah. I think that works.
Oof.
Wow, what a turn of events for you, Taya. You're still holding this envelope. And then it splits into 2.
I think in this moment, Taya was holding Marina's hand and also the envelope, and she's gonna let go of Marina's hand and step back.
Marina, you saw all of this go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get, just our 3rd composure roll of the night for you, my friend.
Yup. Okay.
What worries you the most about what you've just witnessed?
I think that she's worried either that Taya is now kind of being enveloped in this thing that she has been experiencing, or that none of this is real and she's going fully crazy and just out.
Yeah.
And we'll question what is real moving forward.
Every day we're all getting a little bit closer to Carolyn, aren't we? Yeah, I think for you, Marina, this everything tonight has become the new thing that can just break your brain.
Yeah.
And the running fear is, what will I be able to recover from at all at this point? Yeah, 2d6 plus your composure.
Okay. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Composure. 10, 11.
How do you keep your mind about you in this moment?
I think she tries to find something to ground herself, and I know that Tay is holding her hand, so maybe she's doing that exercise of like, okay, like 2 things I can see, 1 thing I can touch, and is trying to ground herself in reality, especially when she's seeing like that maenad that she doesn't know is a maenad, but is focusing on, here's Tay's hand that I can feel right now. Here's this person that I can see in the flesh. And
Yep. Not the other one that ran off,
not
but
the
this
other
one.
that ran off, and who knows what that was. And so I think especially as Taya lets go of her hand and steps back, I think that kind of like, and she's kind of just speechless. And why? What was that? You saw that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
As a step forward to like try to be closer.
I think Taya's gonna step back and away from Marina.
We're gonna cut right there.
Oh,
And we're gonna go.
That
We're
cut
all
my
gonna
heart in
grieve.
half.
Woo! All right, Violet.
Sorry, I'm gonna be crying in the corner. Just don't worry about me for a minute. Oh my god. Okay, well, yeah, I think in the kerfuffle, and Violet not knowing about the trauma that's about to happen to other people, I think she's concerned, rightfully, about what's going on, and I think she's gonna try to sneak off, and chat with her informant. I think maybe she caught a glimpse in the
Sure.
crowd and is gonna find a unobtrusive spot.
Yeah, absolutely. We can make this happen. So, what is this unobtrusive spot? Where do you meet them?
Thinking about the setup, I'm assuming a lot of people at the moment are like headed towards like the parking area. And I'm guessing they're like in my head at least, there's like some like admin tents and then tents that people have set up for booths and stuff like that. So I think she's gonna maybe slip between a couple of the tents to maybe behind like some of the merchant tents where
Sure.
nobody's really headed at the moment.
Yeah, I think at this stage with both Roderick and then the attack on Damien, the festival is pretty much done for, and people are leaving and packing up, and obviously the sheriff is now here somewhere, conducting his investigation, and it is dying down for sure. Cheddar and Jive has been spoiled. So yeah, I think you're back in between some of the storage area around some of these merchant tents, not that far from where you all initially were clued into Roderick tied up and shot point blank near the admin tent. You're just a few tents down from here, and I think, because I think it's really fucking funny, your informant still in their disguise, but they are wearing a cheese hat. Everything about them is dark and serious, and then just like bright cheddar yellow triangle.
Yeah, I think as like the camera pans and Violet's walking up to them, we hear her go, so I guess at least somebody's been enjoying the festival.
Well, in times such as these, you crave the comforts you know. And I think we'll fade from there so you can get your advantage later on.
Yeah. You know what? I just because you did this, and I think it would be really funny. I think at the end of their meeting, this would be essentially like off camera, but I think she goes, and you should just give me the hat. Like it's ruining the whole aesthetic you've got here. And I think Violet walking out in a cheesehead hat after having a super secret creepy meeting is funny.
Yeah, and they take it off, you know. Yeah. Yeah. I'll hand it over. And before they leave you in the hat and have you walk off, they do sort of linger for a moment. I don't know how many more of these we'll get. Things are getting quite serious, and I think I'm on the tail end of being found out. So please be careful.
Yeah, same to you. Just
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
enjoy your cheese. I'm assuming you've got some stashed away in that robe somewhere.
Didn't want to get it all melty, but I heard there's some real rare rinds I might check out before I leave.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. See you.
All right.
All right.
Be safe out there.
Yeah, you too. I'll see you around.
They I think they give you a hug.
Yeah, Violet will hug them back.
Absolutely. So with that move, you're going to get a bonus to your next die roll equal to the number of void clues. I have another void clue to put in, which was Taya's thing. So you have a +4 to that roll.
Oh my god, that
So-
kind
Go
of
ahead.
makes me want to did we see the other band members? Were they still up with Damien when Violet left the stage? Because I'm thinking if they were, I'm thinking, and with I can see his face. What is his name? Oh, and Mike. I'm thinking I kind of thinking she might go check out the trailer.
Violet, there is a whole trailer unattended right now. Well, let me take that back. Mostly unattended.
Oh, no.
As you get up there, you can clearly tell because the door is open, someone is inside. You walk in, and you get camera flash first, but it's not directed towards you. As Daisy Manchego has a camera, like she is taking selfies in the trailer with all of their like posters and memorabilia up, and you spook her greatly. She's taking selfies with her one good arm because of course the other one's still broken, right? And she like drops her camera and it breaks.
Oh, Daisy! Oh my gosh! What are you doing in here?
I just wanted to get a picture. And none of them was here. I just wanted to get a picture in the trailer. I thought it'd be cool.
Do you know where your dad is? Like, you shouldn't be here alone. Like, people are getting hurt.
He got like a really bad nosebleed, so he's cleaning up in the porta potty with a water bottle, and handkerchief of some sort. So it's just right over there. She points out the door to point at the porta potty, and the door here was open, so I thought I'd just grab a picture real quick while he's cleaning up. I just got in here. What are you doing here?
We've been helping out the sheriff with what's going on lately, so I figured I'd take a look while I had a chance. But look, listen, okay? You gotta get, I know you got your picture, like I'm so sorry about your camera, but you gotta get to your dad and get out of here, okay? It's not safe here. I know, like, trust me, in 20 years, like, you got your picture, that'll be cool, but like it's not worth taking any more risks.
So here's your dilemma, Violet.
Cool.
If you want her to leave, it's gonna be a roll with presence, and your fox molder is specifically the next die roll. So you can either let her be here while you snoop, or you can use that to convince her to leave.
I will let her be here while she snoops, because like she said it was for the sheriff. I was more trying to end of session question, share my wisdom with a young person.
Sure. Do you want to share that wisdom while you snoop? Lecture her more?
Yeah, I think absolutely. So she's gonna like look around, kind of hands on hips, and she's gonna be like, look, I did a lot of stupid things in my youth, and some of them worked out okay, but there were a lot of them that didn't work out okay. And like, you just got to be safe. Like, that poor young man, like bad things have happened. You got to have a better sense of when to push the boundary and when not to, and this is a when not to moment.
She looks down at her broken arm as you say this, like, maybe you have a point.
Yeah, I do.
But it's yes here.
Okay.
I'm not holding myself back.
You don't hold yourself back, but like within reason. You wanna live at the end of it,
You sound just like my dad.
I mean, hey, do cool things within reason. Go like jump off a cliff into some water where there aren't rocks beneath, like ski down the mountain.
I'm gonna have you roll the meddling move as you look through here, and you're gonna do it with reason because you are looking around. I don't think you're not meddling with her. You're meddling
100%
in the trailer itself.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful.
You get a +4 and plus whatever your reason is.
Negative. Well, not a negative, but a 0.
That's right. You get a +4 to this.
Okay. Beautiful. 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 Okay. That's a 12.
Ooh. And I remind the group at home that on a 12 on the meddling move, you can either discover a void clue or some things about the dark conspiracy.
Would love some more. I think we have enough void clues. Thank you, but no. I think
I'm gonna let you tell me how you find a manila envelope, and then I'll tell you what's inside of it.
Ooh. Wasn't there like one bed in the trailer? Was one of the
they
things
all
we
sleep in the same bed.
established?
Yes.
Yeah, I think as Violet is lecturing, she kind of I'm just assuming, because this is stereotyping, but it's young men and I'm assuming it's a mess. So I think she basically like takes her foot, like her toes, and like there's just a bunch of stuff next to and kind of under the bed, and as she's, telling Daisy, like, you just really got to pick what's, worth the risk. And she's like sliding things over with her foot. Like she doesn't even she just slides the debris around and realizes there's like the edge of a manila envelope under a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah. And you grab it.
Yeah.
And you pick it up. It does have a weird stain on it, but as you open it, you find stock options for Cheddar and Jive Incorporated.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. I think she's gonna grab them to take them to sheriff. And okay, all right. Daisy, I'm not gonna leave you alone. So do you have all the pieces to your camera?
Yeah. I She's
Okay.
got like a handful of just broken camera pieces, and she's lodged some into her her sling, so she's balancing them.
I think Violet's gonna look around and just see if there's like a bag somewhere, like a Ziploc bag, a shopping bag,
There's a tote bag, merchandise bag, but
perfect.
it's not out on the merchandise table because it's a Vlaslo.
Oh yeah, she'll grab that and look. I know this is not great here. Let's put the pieces of your camera in here, okay? Well, I don't know if you were a fan of Laszlo too. I actually met him once.
Oh, really? Is he
Yeah.
as weird as everyone said he was?
Oh, for sure. Like I think he might be weirder if I'm being honest.
That's awesome.
Well, maybe I'll get to meet him one day. It was
Isn't
weird
he like
though.
missing?
Oh, see that is he actually missing? It was confusing because like he was part of the band, but then the band said that they didn't know him. So I don't know that we ever got resolution on that. Now that I think about it, we probably should ask more questions.
He's been like reported missing for months now.
Oh,
When did you see him?
Violet's doing like
A couple months ago.
math. Yeah, it was a couple months ago. We were over in New York at a Bigfoot yell competition.
Huh.
There were a lot of weird things that happened there.
Yeah. You know, if that was just 2 months ago, you're probably the last people who have seen him. Because he was reported missing like
Oh.
3 to 4. At least half of I mean, obviously they replaced him here in permanent damage.
Oh. Like, are they sure he didn't just like leave permanent damage? Like,
Well, that part is what we think, but like no one's seen him since, you know? Like it's
yeah.
you would think at least one person like me, and she holds up a piece of a broken camera, would have snapped one sort of photo with him at a Taco John's on Taco Tuesday or something.
Yeah, that's so weird. I guess maybe I'll have to, I didn't realize he was missing. Maybe I'll have to see if I should make a report. I
Oh, we've made reports. Don't worry. The cheddar
well,
kernels.
no, just that we maybe saw him, which it's really weird because she kind of mumbles to herself and gets quiet, and I thought I would have seen a notification, but and she's like flashing back and realizing that when she's looking at missing persons databases, she like very rarely checks recent ones, and all of a sudden internally she's like, oh, like if I had checked those, that yeah, well, good. It'll keep your camera safe at least, and then hey, you got a tote bag.
You guys are having this conversation as you're leaving the trailer.
Yeah.
For sure. And she's like, yeah, at least oh my gosh, I have a Laszlo exclusive tote bag.
Yeah, there you go.
This is gonna go for so much.
There you go, and you can.
Dad.
Okay, hold on. Let's.
Her dad like just walks out of the porta potty. Still, he's got 2 tampons up his nose that he got from somewhere. In the handkerchief. He probably got them from Daisy actually. As she runs up, can I use your eBay account, please, 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 please? And that like sort of fades from there. But you have these stock options, Violet.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to go to the sheriff about them.
I think she probably will. I think she's gonna look for Amelia in the ghillie suit first, and see if she can see if she found Petra.
Yeah, I think she did. Her and Petra are sitting on a bench. Petra is still carrying the cheese wheel, though she's got it swiveled to the front of her and is like sitting down like a very pregnant lady, but it's just like the cheese wheel backpack.
Yeah.
And then Amelia sitting next to her, Newt Fancy in the crook of her arm, halfway gillied. So she just has like the pants on and the shoe bits, but not the top.
Nice.
And they're chattering.
Okay. I think she's gonna interrupt them real quick and be like, "Hey, can you guys come with me real quick? Amelia, I need you to hand over the ghillie suit, or at least show them. Maybe they'll let you keep it. Oh, but the newts will see you in it. So yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She stands up.
Did you
Well, Petra, thank you for the invite. But
invite?
I have not had a good day, so goodbye.
Okay.
Where are we going?
Uh was the we're going to the sheriff and she'll start walking with her. What was the invite for?
Oh, Petra said that there's like a new young adults group starting up with the ninth step. She works the
Oh.
desk there, so she asked if I would be interested. And it's supposed to be a way to make human friends,
Oh,
which
okay.
I've been told by plenty of clinicians I should try to start to do. So it was considered, but there've been no newts today. So
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe after this you can get some good time in the fen.
that's the plan.
Good. Just, be careful out there.
Oh, I'm a careful person,
Okay.
even when that damn bird takes my bench.
The bird?
Yeah, the white one.
It's not a you're not talking about a raven, are you?
I haven't really thought about what it would be, but that would make sense. Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. As they're walking, Violet's gonna like pull up her phone and like pull up like like maps and be like, "Hey, can you where exactly is this bench?"
Yeah,
For bird reasons, not newt reasons.
it's the bench to the left of the pond and the fen.
Okay.
It's about here, and she like will put her finger on your map. It's the most prominent pond, so I don't you should be able to find it with your general faculties. But if you need the
Yeah.
map, then okay.
Just making sure we got the right spot. That's really important. And she's immediately gonna like drop a pin and put like Ghost Raven bench question mark. Type it in on there. Okay. Yeah. Just yeah. Need to would love to get a nice picture of said bird.
He shows up every other Tuesday when I go to Read Nude Fancy, but apparently that's when that group meets that I just got the invitation to. So I'm gonna
Oh.
have to make a decision about whether I'm gonna go read Newt Fancy on the bench when the bird's gonna chase me off of it, or go make human friends.
Oh. Um. I saw some people from that group wearing like white robes, so maybe the bench is better.
Oh, but robes are pretty aerodynamic, like flowy, and I have hated denim for a very long time.
I
Plus,
just
the bird almost pecked me.
maybe the bird was just trying to be friends with you or show you a newt. I've heard that ravens are very kind.
I
They
don't think
make
this one
friends.
is.
Are you sure?
He literally chased me off the bench. The bench
Well,
that I put in my calendar every other Tuesday for the last 3 years. And he
oh
shows
well.
up and he wants the bench. We
I'll
have a
I'll
hierarchy.
I'll come talk to him. We'll get this figured out.
I don't need you to fight my battles.
I'm not gonna fight your battles for you. I just want to make friends with the raven, and then you could benefit from my friendship.
That seems illogical.
It doesn't have to
I'll
be a
just talk to
battle.
the newts about it.
Okay, well let me know what they say. I'm interested. I'll talk to him. You talk to the newts. We'll reconvene about
They
this.
don't want you to know what they say.
Me specifically, or other people in general?
Most people, but they've talked about you specifically. At
What
least
if
I think it's you.
what if they talked about me? What have the newts said about me?
Again, Amelia Newt confidentiality. I can't just be sharing what the newts have said about you.
What if I pinky promise that I will not tell the newts that you told me what the newts said about me?
I'm not a child. A pinky promise? There's no sanctity. Drop some legal documents.
That's childhood sanctity. Okay, I'll get some legal documents. We'll talk about it. But we can talk about it if we drop some legal documents.
We'll talk about the documents, and then we'll see if they pass inspection.
Okay. All right. Let me just real quick. She'll pull out her phone. And I think she accidentally texts Marina instead of adding it to her to-do list. But Marina gets an inexplicable text saying "new legal paperwork."
Incredible. Violet, where this pin in this bench in this pond is very reminiscent of the pond you hallucinated on your first octane trip coming up in the middle of. There in the fen.
Yeah. Yep.
Where you first met or saw this other Violet.
Not Violet.
Not
Yeah.
Violet. And we have not Violet, we've got Anti-Taya. Marina, you're next. Violet, I think we're gonna leave you here on your way to the sheriff with a half-gillied Amelia. And check back in on Taya and Marina. You guys are in a different place. Where have you gone?
Ooh.
Oh, where have we gone?
Where would you want to go in this dying, spoiled, soured festival?
I feel like Taya would want to go towards the fortune teller booth, like where Marina got the invitation the first time, but I don't know.
Yeah, we can head towards there.
Sure.
Oh.
Oh, yes. I think Madison is here packing up. And I think her wife, Hannah, is here helping her. They're like putting things into boxes and, you know, taking fold out chairs and putting them back in. And Hannah's like futzing with the locks to keep the top on the tent. I just ratchet. Medicine, how about I put the papers in the box and you work on the and she goes into another one and like tries to untie some other stuff as you guys arrive.
Marina, please, you have to stay outside.
It's an open tent, like it just has a top
Yeah.
and then poles. Like there's no
Get stay away.
Stay outside, Marina. There's no walls, but stay outside of them.
Stay away from this.
I mean, I'm not too keen about like you going near either. I don't know. And she's still kind of like holding her hands close to her chest because she kind of like feels that sting of like reaching out and like the rejection of it. and just, I mean, what happened? I mean, you can talk to me. You know you can talk to me.
No, I just don't want you to leave, Marina. I don't know. I'd rather lose myself before that.
Where am I going? I'm not going anywhere that you're not going.
I don't know. I just feel like the more you stay with me or around me, the more in trouble you seem to be, or anyone. Both you and Violet. But it's okay, because I'm going to take these invitations and I'm going to find out what's going on. And it'll be okay.
You know, I got that invitation and you were the one that got sucked into it, and then you were the one that went, like, I was the one that took you to the dodo, and then that whole thing happened.
No.
It feels like I'm the one that's bringing you along into all of this. So let me go inside
No,
and I'll figure out what's happening with Madison.
No, it was my fault. I went to touch the dodo. I went to go touch the invitation. Like, it wasn't you.
So then it's both of us, and we can agree that we're both autonomous and that we both make our own grown-up decisions. You're not dragging me along, and I'm not dragging you along.
Hello. I think that everything is closing up on account of the killings. So, Madison, are you still doing? Oh no, no, I don't think she's doing fortunes anymore. But you could perhaps look into actual science instead. And you hear Madison in the background go, "Ugh," from Hannah's dig.
Oh, good, she's still here.
Okay.
Let's. Thank you, Hannah. We just
Sure.
we just need to talk to Madison for a second.
Oh, yes. I will go get her.
Yeah.
Just like it's clear Madison is just at the other end of the tent, but Hannah turns fully around. Madison, Marina, and Thea are here for you. Are you taking appointments? We have a dinner reservation. And Madison goes, I'm sure it won't be long. Yeah, hey. You guys all right? I've heard some crazy stuff have happened with the band.
Yeah, the band's been pretty crazy.
But-
Kind of like Zatea.
Where did you get this, Madison? Taya's gonna like pull out the 2 invitations.
Oh, I thought you only got one. When we did your fortune, it sort of appeared.
It sort of appeared. What do you mean?
Yeah, like we did the ritual for the fortune, and then the forces that are beyond sort of provided instead of a regular fortune, the more advanced copy, which is what I gave you. Did you get anything good?
What are these forces beyond? And I mean, what?
Well, spirits, ghouls, and you hear Hannah go, hacks, liars. Some of us aren't as superstitious as others, and it's fine. We can have different interests, dear. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to be. Why? What? Was it not a good fortune? I mean, it's all for charity, so I'm sorry if you got like a bad one, but.
Marina, do you remember what it said when you opened it?
It didn't say anything when you opened it.
It didn't say anything. It was just an invitation. But it didn't say anything. It just...
That's odd. She goes back to packing more stuff up.
Taya like balls up her hands and she gets ready to like step up against Madison. You can't just say that's odd.
Well, it's not odd, but it's just a piece of paper.
Taya's gonna like, oh gosh, no. Never mind. I don't know what is up with these envelopes, but the second you touch them, something bad happens.
Here, let me see.
I hand one to her.
Picks it up. Holds it up to the light. Well, it's kind of a thick grade paper, so I understand like if you got yourself a paper cut or I don't know. Hannah, hold this. She passes it over to Hannah. Hannah goes, oh, this is expensive, whatever it is, and she passes it back. What happened to you guys? She hands it back over to you.
Marina, we should just go.
I don't think we're finding any answers here.
Wait. Madison leans very far in when you say that and goes, it's because there isn't any here for you to find.
What do you mean? Where do I need to find the answers?
I think the answers will find the both of you soon enough. And from the other side of the tent, Hannah goes, we are going to be late to Damara. You have to... Madison! We have to finish... I'm so sorry, everyone. Madison has got the gift of the gab, and thinks that it's okay to be talking while we have to finish packing up, or we're gonna have to come back here after dinner and I'm going to be full of wine. Madison. Madison goes, we've got dinner plans, but you two be safe out there. Don't touch any weird paper. I'll see you at book club.
I think just like in hushed tones before she fully pulls back, Marina will just say like, Madison, what have you done? Just like full step back and like pale. And shakes. Just goes to hold Tay's hand and then just like clutches her own.
Yeah. They go back to packing up, leaving the two of you just there. Maybe we should get you reunited with Violet soon, before things get any worse. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Violet, let's cut to you on your way to the sheriff.
Yeah.
What's your game plan here?
Honestly, she's just gonna turn the evidence they've got over, as
Sure.
now she's on good terms with Wyman, so yeah, she pretty much just wants to hand that over and probably get back to them, so we can chat it out if you want to, or you know, gloss over the return and head back together.
Yeah. Violet, why have you brought me a half-gillied Amelia?
Well, I thought it was relevant to the current situation. We found this, and she just gestures, cheese ghillie suit, in the bushes over by, like, on the side of the hill where they were doing the cheese runs, and that seems awful strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awful strange. This whole day has been a lot of awful strange, I tell you what. I'm gonna have to loosen my belt. It's giving me gas.
I think that might just be the cheese.
Don't push it.
Look, hey, well, if you want something a little less weird, a little more your standard, well, I assume your standard criminal fare, got some stock options for you.
Huh. He looks at them. He puts a glove on so he can sort of move them around and... Well, ain't that just something? Well, I got something for you then. And he
Ooh.
goes into his bag and pulls out a document forgery kit.
Ooh, where's this from?
Well, one of those mute boys kept looking down at something off the stage, and I made him go get it for me so he could get out of, like, for me to just write down that he refused to give a statement. And it was a lot of miming, I tell you what, a lot of gesturing, because for some reason I thought I had to not talk, so it was a lot of like...
What? Oh my god.
Yeah, not my finest moment, but he went down and picked it up and handed it over to me, and it's some sort of like special pens and liquids, and I googled it. You can buy this stuff off of eBay.
Oh dang, that's wild.
And of course probably Amazon too. I bet it all just gets drop shipped from China. This country's going to hell.
Listen, we don't have time for that whole conversation right now. That's a whole lot. Yeah, but yeah, you said it was right next to the stage. Huh?
I sure did. Did I stutter?
No, I just look, for the official record, I have never forged documents. However, that seems like a weird place to find it next to the stage, you know? But
my working theory is someone might have dropped it in a panic. or it's a lot of people there. Maybe it would have gotten stepped on and broken, and it's kind of a way to ruin evidence.
Ooh, yeah. Well, and I mean, we didn't even see the guy who did it. We just came over here afterwards. So, I mean, yeah, he must have been gone in a hurry.
Yeah, I've got Brett and some volunteer firefighters combing the woods right now. We'll see if we
Yeah.
can find someone.
Goodness. Well, with well, I if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I'm sure they're
When
doing.
has that stopped you and your crew before?
You make it so hard to be polite to you. All right. Well, I appreciate you letting me know about the document forgery kit. That's interesting. We'll have to see what we can find, but yeah, I'll let you know if we find anything else about it.
I hope that you do. All right, I'm gonna go. I think there's a drag queen around here I'm supposed to go talk to next. So
If you wanted to video that conversation, I could put it on YouTube for you later.
you know, you make it so hard to be polite to you.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Well, I'm sure I'll be seeing more of you soon.
I'm
Stay
sure.
safe.
Yeah, you too, and good luck. I'm sure you're gonna need it.
And he takes the moment to indeed loosen his belt because he's got gas, and then turn around to go find Miss Brianna Cracker.
All right. She'll turn to Amelia. I'm assuming ghillie suited. By
Yeah, it's down like around her ankles now.
Yeah. All right. You find your way back to Petra and get home okay? Go visit the Newts.
Yeah, I can. I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want.
Okay. People are getting murdered, okay? I'm looking out for you. It's not that I think you're not capable. It's just people are getting shot and stabbed out here. I don't want you to be one of them.
Oh, that's kind of you, but also people don't really tend to pay much mind to me. I think that in some ways I've got like Amelia and Anna invisibility.
Yep. And do me a favor. Tell the Newts I'm on their side. I'm a big Newt fan.
You already told them that.
Okay. Well, tell them they should think on it more. You know what, Amelia? I'm gonna say it again anyway. I know you can take care of yourself, but just be careful and use those Amelia invisibility powers.
She nods and walks away, and you hear her mutter under her breath, like, and they say I'm the strange one.
Violet just kind of is like, oh, honey, well, I tried. And then she starts looking around, seeing if she can see Taya or Marina to catch up with them.
Yeah, how shocked and ragged do the two of you look right now as you guys meet, maybe back towards the entrance here?
I think Violet could probably tell with like just body language alone, like something happened here. I think Marina's like fully like walking, like hugging herself.
The vibes are rancid.
Yeah, I think Taya's got her arms fully crossed, like also holding herself and like keeping her hands away because all she wants to do is just be close to Marina, but she's so scared.
Violet, I think you also see behind them a few, like several yards, like not closely following, but just walking in the same direction. On her phone, one Miss Mariah Prescott.
Oh God. You'd see Violet kind of look at you guys cock her head a little bit in confusion, and then like, great. Okay. I think she walks up to you guys and entirely misreading the situation is like, is everything okay? And then she kind of lowers her voice towards both of them. She's like, your surprises didn't get spoiled, did they? I didn't say anything.
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't say
She
anything
shakes
now.
her head.
Okay.
Whatever this envelope party invitation thing is, I think Madison has something to do with it.
Oh, she wouldn't be. She's in book club. She couldn't be involved.
I know that's what I thought, but
She said some pretty messed up things to Marina.
What? About like what?
so we're gonna find out some answers soon, but like in a really creepy way. And then she did a little laugh. I've never heard her do that little laugh.
Oh, what? She doesn't. That's what? That's.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do with that either, but
Yeah, that's.
she's I don't know how, but I think she's a part of all of this weird stuff that's going on.
That's. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't want you to be right, but I trust you. But this isn't about like the creepy white robes, is it?
I mean, maybe that's a different kind of creepy. Maybe it's the same kind of creepy. I don't know what to.
Well, because, yeah, she wasn't with them. I guess just thinking about creepy things today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I guess, what is it? The ninth house, where Petra works, current place. I guess they're recruiting for a youth group now.
Oh.
Yeah, Petra was trying to get Amelia to join, and obviously Amelia was having a crisis about newts or socialization. So the universal crisis every young woman goes through.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, just just shaken.
Yeah. It's fine. We're fine.
Do you guys want to get out of here? I found I mean, I don't think it's nearly as earth-shattering as your guys' information, but also Violet does have the cheese hat on that she did not have when she
Marina
left.
still has the cheese hat on.
She does have the cheese hat on.
Tails a little lipped out.
Yeah. Yeah, oh no, where did I go after the cheese hat? I had a thing. Yeah, I dropped off, I found a manila envelope full of stock options in the trailer. Oh, and Daisy was in there. She was about to break her other arm taking selfies. But yeah, I gave that, and then Amelia showed me a cheese ghillie suit. I gave those to Wyman because I guess I should have asked you guys first if you thought you needed a cheese ghillie suit, but that didn't seem like your vibe, so.
Not right now.
Oh, do you want me to special order you one for later? Will that help?
Maybe.
Marina cracks a grin. She's like, "Oh, I would have loved to see Amelia in a cheese ghillie suit."
Just about this moment, you guys hear an argument break out from near Vendor Row. And as you all turn around, it's quite the spectacle as Brooke Stilton, whom you all bought all your cheese from earlier, and Colette Roquefort, who warned you about Limburger, are in each other's faces. And you see a Mariah Prescott with her phone out and just, I'm going to have to call you back. Now, ladies, I didn't know that you guys had sort of some competition clause about catering. I'm sure we can work this out. As Brooke and Colette are like, well, this is Brooke, if you're having that slimy, sour woman cater your party, this statue of Mr. Whately, you can forget about it. And Colette goes, well, if you are having Brooke's little art projects around, then you don't need anything of mine there for sophistication. And Mariah is like, okay, didn't know there was a lot of history. Well, we could maybe put things on opposite sides, or I mean, if you guys are going to make me make a decision, I will make one, and one of you will lose your contract, or it could service you both. I'm trying to do good by small businesses here. Is there any way you guys could both still keep your catering contracts? What if I pay you 25% more each? And Colette goes, I deserve more money than Brooke should get. I went to school for this. I've studied. Your charcuterie boards will be to die for. They will take you to another plane of existence. And Brooke goes, well, yeah, I'm going to have cheese that makes you hallucinate. By all means, Miss Prescott, go ahead. And it continues to devolve from there. Do you guys get involved?
Oof.
Do you want to tell her she could solve it if she put a diaper on?
Is that in character?
No. Actually, no, she did hear you say that, I think. So yeah, I think she looks at Taya and kind of like does a little like elbow and is like,
Try to cheer her up.
yeah. I bet you could solve everything with that.
I think Taya just a small smile, like, you know, I haven't told her that she wears diapers in a bit, so maybe.
It's been a while. I think you're due for it. As a little treat.
We should probably not get involved though. Maybe
Okay.
we have some tea instead.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I think she puts her hand on Taya's forehead, but did you get body swapped? Like tell me a secret that only like me, Taya, and Marina would know.
The second you say body swapped or just like body in general, I think Taya like shudders and like sort of closes in on herself just a little bit more.
Marina too, just like remembering the other body. I think we have something to share, and then she'll look at Taya and kind of like, yeah.
Okay, before you share, you are you, right? Like you're scaring me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, I am.
Okay.
But and Taya like kind of quietly looks at Marina really tentatively.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's important that we all know, that we're all aware of everything that's happening, so that we all stay safe.
No, you're right. You're right. I saw this other version of myself, sort of like a shadow version of myself, covered in runes. Marina saw it too, and then she sort of ran away.
Oh. But like saw them in like real life?
I don't know how real life it was, but we both saw
Okay.
it. But I don't know how much anybody outside of us would have seen it.
Oh.
But it was our real life.
Okay. Cause I don't know if I mentioned this with everything going on, but it was just Octane, so I didn't think anything of it because I saw a me who was me but not me. But I was flying through the sky and stuff on Octane, and it was in like the bay. So I mean, that's probably just unresolved emotional trauma from my life. Maybe, probably not important.
Maybe we should quit Octane.
I've had nothing but a good time.
Yeah, I think I think next time just hard drugs would maybe go better for me than Octane.
Maybe you're all having this discussion as you head out
Yeah.
for the evening.
Yeah,
A-
Get some
Huh?
tea. Let's get some
yeah.
tea.
A cursory glance back behind you shows a Mariah Prescott with a now very happy Brooke Stilton and very calm and happy Colette Rockefeller as they shake hands. Some sort of agreement has been reached.
Okay.
But the three of you are heading out. Whose house are we having tea at?
Are we heading out of the of the festival? Yes. Okay. Could
Yes.
we make a quick some pit stops at the post office?
Yes.
And
Sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then-
we go to the post office first.
What time of day is it?
Evening.
And what day of the week is it?
Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
Worm Moon? Was it Worm Moon? Rat Moon?
Yeah, worm moon. It's the worm moon today.
We got to go to the
Ooh.
post office first. So we will hard cut to the post office. It's about to close, I think. And you slide through the door right as like the person is coming up to flip the sign. It's Stripes.
Oh. Hi.
Oh, hey. You got something you need to mail?
I have something I'm picking up.
Something you're picking up. Okay, under your name?
It's like a basketball? Was it like a basketball?
Oh yeah. I think we got something back. Hold on. And they go back into the back half of the post office and come back out with a mostly basketball shaped item that's very crudely like cardboard covered so they could put like there's so many stamps.
Right.
And some of them in languages you've like never seen. Yeah, this arrived for you.
Oh. Yes, this is it. Thank you.
Yeah, could you just sign for it, please?
Oh, yeah, of course. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Great. Wonderful.
I make the noise.
Teo
Oh, I
tries
didn't
not
even
to
know
laugh.
didn't know it beeped. Man, really start to forget things when you've had a traumatic episode, you know?
Oh, are you all right? How have you been?
Well, still a little bit sore from, the whole getting shot thing, but
Yeah.
and gaps in memory. I lost my job, so now I work here because it's easier.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
good, right? Benefits.
Yeah, I get some benefits. Though there's some real odd characters that come in and want to mail odd stuff. Someone tried to mail just a regular fish.
Oh.
It was still alive.
Oh.
And then, that package showed up, but no one with it. So it must have been dropped off when someone else was on shift. But it was just sitting on the desk. So I got to report my coworkers now for not doing their job. To, I guess, the county. I don't know how that works. I haven't been here that long.
Beats me.
Yeah. And then some of the same folks come in every day, people needing to mail business stuff or asking you if you remember them, things like that.
Oh. Hey, how's your kid doing?
What is this, a joke around the bay now?
What
Does
do you mean?
everyone get together on some forum and decided, hey, what if we went to the guy who got shot and pretend he had a kid and then keep asking him about it?
It wasn't a joke. I must have. You know what? What was the name of the grocery store? I must have misunderstood.
No, I mean I remember too. You were there buying her a card. It was,
Like they were sick at school, I think.
Nah,
what
that
was-
rings a bell to me.
it was Spots, right?
That sounds right.
Didn't we meet her? Oh, did we meet her?
I don't think we met her.
We show a memory of all of you talking to Spots in the hospital when you guys went in and had this first realization of, oh, Stripes does not remember Spots.
Yes.
Or Spots has lied about this whole entire thing, which makes even less sense because you do remember Stripes saying, my kid is sick, I'm putting together a care package.
Yeah.
But
You-
okay, yeah. You know, sorry, I didn't mean to get mad. It's just like you're not the first person to come in here and be like, "How's your kid?" And I have to be like, "What kid? I've never had one."
You, you don't remember Spots at all?
Was that like a dog or? It's a good dog name. Classic.
Was your kids? We saw them at the hospital.
Listen, I don't know. I went to the grocery store to get some food. I got shot. Woke up in the hospital. Was there for a while.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no one in your like contacts that's named Spots.
No.
Okay.
Who is it that comes in here and asks if you remember them?
I don't remember their name.
Mm.
They come less and less now. Oh, they're sort of like yay tall and about the same hair color as me and but obviously they haven't had as much junk food as I have had. And they put stuff in the mail and ask how I'm doing, and the first couple times of course seemed very stressed and that they seem to think that they're my kid, but I went through my home. I don't have photos. Like I don't know what this whole cosmic I don't understand. Maybe some deranged college kid who, honestly, like I hope they find what they're looking for. It wouldn't be the first time that there's been rumors about, when people get hurt or have episodes or go missing or whatnot, all sorts of things. This town loves to gossip, and I think those socialites like to manufacture stuff just to keep it going.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry that keeps happening to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Glad you're healing.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. I can almost, and he kind of like raises both of his hands, but obviously like one goes higher. Almost get it all the way back up. I'm still doing some PT, but I keep forgetting where the office is, and that makes it really easy to miss appointments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Marina, I also wouldn't be able to, put my arms up. I like do it, and then I put my arms back.
Hugs yourself like kind of just like a little bit tighter.
Well, I'd love to sit here and not get paid to talk more, but I gotta close up because it's almost time to watch Top Chef.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, that last episode was crazy. I'm just.
Great. Just have a good night.
Yeah, you guys too. Stay safe out there.
That's crazy. Thank you.
Yeah. Taya like fumbles with the door, holding it open for the both of them.
I think Violet grabs it from Taya and like gives her a weird look.
Where to next?
To the beach. Okay,
To
just
the
one more
beach.
stop, and I just need to drop this off, and then we're it. And then just turns around to like all of this. I'm like, oh, are we ready?
Yeah, the beach sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
just a quick stop.
Yeah.
We head to the beach. There's still some evening strollers, though the sun has fully set, and is starting to get darker and darker.
She wants us to be quick because she just wants to get back and like have some tea and like decompress from this day. So I think she'll just say, "I'll only take a second. You guys don't even have to get down." And then scurries away with the ball.
The minute Marina is out of view, like Violet turns to Taya, which is it fair to say that a lot of times they've been sitting in the back seat since they've been like together, and now like Taya's in the front seat next to Violet?
I
Is
don't
that
think Taya would have taken the frenzy. I think she would have left Marina to do that.
Rena is
okay?
taller.
No,
Yeah.
she
My dream.
turns around and is like, "What is wrong with you two?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cut the bullshit, Taya. What the fuck?"
I don't know, Violet. Just we're working through something, I think.
What something? You guys were fine when we entered the. What happened? You were fine when we got to the festival, and then I get back, and what?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I just feel like I'm messing up again. I saw this circle of people with masks on, and then they took their masks off, and it was Grace, and then it was Marina, and it was you, and then I saw that version of myself, and it was so scary. And I don't know. I started remembering things, but I don't think it's true. It just I I don't know. I feel like I just keep hearing Carolyn's voice in my head saying that I'm staying for once, but every time I'm here, something bad happens. And I don't want that to happen to you or Marina.
You are not. And Violet goes to like climb over the seats and then realizes she's 67 and then takes a second to get out of the car and
Violet,
gets in the back
you gotta
seat.
swing your leg.
Listen, those days are behind me. I listen, it's fine. Look, you don't cause any of this. Unless, are you part of some cult I don't know about?
I don't know. I could be.
Taya, I think you would know if you were part of a cult.
I didn't even know I was ruining Grace's life when I left her. I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that. And Marina, I don't want to mess it up. She already lost someone.
You didn't ruin Grace's life. You never know, like shit happened after you left. Like you didn't ruin her life. And you're not ruining Marina's. And on a much lesser note, you're definitely not ruining mine.
I don't know. I just feel like ever since we started that book club and we started getting into all these things have just been going badly.
Do you look? Something's going on in this town. Something's not right, but it's not from you. Do you want to be with Marina?
I do. I
Good, because
really
if you
do.
Good, because if you said no, I was gonna smack you and tell you to revise your answer. But
I don't think there was any universe where I was gonna say no.
good, you're being smart now. But like Taya, you've got a lot of good things, and I know life is hard right now. And I know you had your reasons when you walked away from Grace, and you were doing the best you could. But, and honestly, it sounds like Grace loved her husband very much. And yeah, there were some really hard times after you were gone, but it also sounds like she had a really great family around her. And none of that would have happened if you stayed. You wouldn't be the Taya we know today if you had stayed. And it sounds like you guys, like, not to be that guy, but it sounds like you guys were having a pretty hard time. But I can tell you, look, I don't know much, but with everything going on, I don't think Marina would be any safer if you weren't here. In fact, I think Marina would be a lot less safe if you weren't here. But that's just my 2 cents. What do I know? I chase birds that may or may not exist. So take that for what it's worth.
I mean, I saw that thing that night.
You're such a good friend. And she like leans over and like one arm hugs Taya.
Yeah, Taya like hugs her back really tightly.
Look, I know it's hard.
Leave the 2 of you there. And come back for our penultimate scene here. Last scene for the 3 of you. Really being Marina down at the pier.
Yes.
All right, Marina, what's the game plan here? You and your cardboard covered basketball full of stamps.
So if she's meeting somebody here, I think she's just gonna like look around to see if there's somebody like retrieving this or if she's supposed to drop it off. Find like a little cove of some sort.
I think it's the latter. I think there's a specific place you need to go put it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's up against the rocks right underneath the pier. So the darkest, most dangerous, most secluded part of the beach.
Okay, I think she's just walking and being like, okay, I'm just gonna do this really quickly, really safe, and walking to see how she's gonna get to that spot and just drop it off and head right back.
Sure.
Yep.
Those are the words of someone who's not at all scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a night move with composure.
Yeah.
Before you roll this, what could go wrong?
Gosh, I think. Oh, I'm just imagining like her getting seriously hurt in some kind of way that either like leaves her unconscious or unable to move or just like lost in some way. And then it's Violet and Taya just like waiting for her. And then time goes by and it gets a little bit, it's like, oh, I'm sure she'll be back. She's taking a little bit too long. And then it just gets a bit more like concerning, progressively more concerning.
Yeah, we had this theme earlier about perhaps Marina goes to the party early.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I like to think that idea and this one are a little intertwined. Not returning to your friends, maybe you need to go to a little pregame.
Oof, yep.
2d6 plus your composure.
Okay. I'm gonna do a preliminary roll. All the dice. Okay. Ooh, they're all bad. That's okay. Okay, these were the best ones. Okay. 5, 6, 7. With composure, 8, 9.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Let me think. Of course, you can always put on a crown. I think a 9 with the night move. As you turn the corner to go like underneath the pier, your like hackles sort of raise. Someone is waiting for you. You see their darkened form against the little bit of warm moonlight that is coming in.
She walks just like a little bit slower as she's trying to make out the figure.
Hey, amorphous. They seem to be wearing some sort of black cloak.
Is this for you?
reach out their arm silently.
She's gonna like go closer, but like very much like retreated like into herself, like holding this thing, like almost like clutching it as she's waddling forward and gonna go to try to hand this off to this person.
Sure. As you do, get closer and closer. They seem to just get taller and taller.
Smaller and smaller.
Maybe it is because you're getting smaller and smaller. As you hand it over, they're wearing black leather gloves, and you can tell now as you're close, there is a white mask on that has like the club face on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they take this thing from you. And they rip the cardboard off in front of you. It is a basketball. Put it into the crook of their arm. Reach into their cloak. Pull out a knife. And stab the basketball. Rip it open. Put the knife away. Put their little gloved fingers inside the edge of the basketball and pry it a little more. And then they hand it back to you.
Horrified, she'll like, with the tensest, sweatiest hands, I think she'll pause. Will my friends be okay? Am I going somewhere?
You ask, will my friends be okay? Am I going somewhere? They cock their head and regard you for just a brief moment. It's a man's voice that answers. So they go, well, don't have to go anywhere yet. It's sort of a free will situation. As for if your friends will be okay, well, they're not down here, so I don't know whether or not they're okay, but knowing what I know about them, they're both this close to spiraling out of reality anyway, so I'd keep your eye on them. They've got a lot of skeletons in their closet. But you, my job tonight isn't to take you anywhere, so it's to give you a gift, but you wouldn't have known how to interface with all of this, so unfortunately someone has to be here to guide you, and everyone else is tied up or busy or party planning mode.
I think hearing party planning is just kind of and her mind like hears the claps and like all of that from the stage.
Mm-hmm. He nods as if he hears it too. We saw you up there. I think you can put on quite a show, though you're not really the entertainment I would have booked for the party, and I don't think when time comes they're going to make you get up on stage.
She looks back at the basketball, like just gaped open, and like up at that masked face, and just says, "I'm scared."
We all are at first, but in time I've come to find it much more pleasant on this side, winning team. You know, your friend, well, more than friend, I guess. once asked me what my type was. And I think my type, as he reaches in to the basketball instead of you, is whichever side is going to win the game. And he pulls out a completely blackened, inky, sopping human heart. I heard you and your friend thought you got invitations. But everyone knows that if you're going to a homecoming, a house party, a christening of someone returning back, you bring a gift. Here. So you can show up with a gift.
What, whose is that?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, you know, it's that poor security officer.
She starts crying.
We were gonna get the custodian, but she showed up first.
I think she completely shifts in this moment and says, I'm gonna need to do this if we're going to be safe. Because this isn't like stopping, like to pursue, like in pursuing us. So we have to have something if we're going to stop it. So she takes a deep breath.
Do you want this glove instead first? Wouldn't want to stain your hands.
Okay.
Here, he holds it out so you can pull the glove off of his hand and put it on yours.
Okay. Put the glove on. Take the heart.
And you keep that safe. You're gonna need it pretty soon. Excited to see you all at the party. I heard it's going to be one hell of a good time.
Wouldn't miss it.
And you hear this from all around, circumnavigating you. That's what we like to hear.
It's like gritting her teeth and like just the stiffest hand.
I think our closing scene, we're not going to actually get into the role play of it, but it's just Marina coming back to the car with the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where we'll end. That feels horrifying enough, don't you?
Oh yeah.
God.
Boy. This one.
Goodness, Sid.
You guys didn't want to end it so soon, and I said, okay.
Sprinkle some trauma.
Well, for those of you who played, I really think I should be footing some therapy bills. Wow, things are getting dark. It's almost like it's the end of the campaign or something.
Actually, is this a good time to announce that it's actually not therapy bills? You just have to run games for us for life. You're just stuck with us.
Yeah.
My
guess is my penance.
Tell you that.
But for those of you who are watching, thank you for watching and for sticking with it. Don't get killed by any cult members, and as it is below, it is below with you.